here, all set up. If you'd like to, you can have your blocks, one or two, at the top of your mat. We'll use them in just a bit. Sure. And find a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. So sitting cross-legged is something that I enjoy. If that puts a little bit too much tension in your hips, you can always grab a block and come onto your knees and just sit on that block. Sometimes that is a lot nicer to our hips rather than being in that hip opening position. But once you find a nice, comfortable seat, go ahead and see if you can sit up a little bit taller and imagine the space across your collarbones. We're just widening a little bit more. And you might even take a shrug of the shoulders up towards your ears. And then draw them back slightly. Feel the chest expand a little more, and then allow them to drop down. And if you need to, you can take that again. Maybe shrug the shoulders up, draw them back, and allow them to soften. And your hands can rest on your knees, your thighs, or maybe in your lap. Your eyes can close. A full breath in and next inhale. And then you might even let the lips part and let a gentle sigh out. Maybe do that a few more times, giving yourself permission to breathe in a little bit bigger and find a little more ease with every exhale. And slowly start to draw your chin towards your chest, but see if you can keep your shoulders where they are. So just the weight of the head drops down. And then roll your right ear over to the right, to the side of your neck, lengthen a little more. And then again, bring your chin back to the center of your chest. And we'll roll your left ear over towards the left. The side of your head, just drop a little, side of your neck a little bit longer. Bring your chin back towards your chest. And then see if you can start to lift your chin up. So the weight of your head drops back a little bit more. And then you'll come back to center here. And then take your hands to your shoulders. You can blink your eyes open if you'd like. And start to just take a little bit of a twist here. So with your hands on your shoulders, take a twist in one direction, like twist to the right, twist to the left. Doesn't have to be a huge motion here. Just start to create a little bit of space as we twist one direction and the other. And then come back to center here, sitting up nice and tall. And then start to take, I call these like chicken arm wings. And this is a way I like to open up the chest and the shoulder girdle here a lot. So you'll keep your hands on your shoulders and you'll start to take little circles with your elbows, like you were tracing circles on either side of you. You'll draw the elbows forward, back, and down. So drawing them, rather than taking your elbows forward, back, and up, I want you to think about drawing them up, back, and down. So creating these sort of circular motions here. You need to do this for like the next 5 to 10 seconds. See if you can notice like all the little, at least for me, it's like snap, crackle, pop And you might start to feel it in your shoulders. It like fatigues your shoulders quite quickly, actually, as we start to find this sort of activation here. And when you're ready, release your hands in your lap or place your hands on your knees. And I want you to then close your eyes, take a breath in, draw your shoulders up like you did before, up towards your ears. A little bit of tension and activation there. Draw the shoulders back and then down. Do that one more time. Draw the back, and down. And then interlace your fingers together. Flip your palms forward, like you're pressing something away from you. And then start to take your chin down towards your chest like you did before. But this time, I want you to press your hands forward. And then think about the back of your heart here, like the space in between your shoulder blades, rounding and leaning away from your hands. So, like two opposing forces here. Pressing your hands forward, rounding through your spine, through your upper back in particular. And as you inhale, sit up nice and tall. Think about pressing your palms up towards the ceiling here. Now, if you'd like, you can even take your chin, lift it, look up towards your hands. And then release your arms down. You can take your hands behind you and place I like to send my fingers out towards either side of my mat and place my hands back behind me. Then I want you to plant your feet about hips width distance apart. And you might have to readjust the feet, readjust the hands accordingly. But when you're ready, you can either stay here and think about the shoulder blades together a little more and drawing the heads of the shoulders back to lift your chin, lift your face. That can be option one. If you want a little bit more different sensation, press down through your hands, down through your feet, and then you can lift your seat up. So a reverse tabletop sort of position. And I like to bring a little gentle sway side to side. I find that this helps open the shoulders a little bit more in just a little bit different of a way. Take one more big breath in. And then release your seat back to the ground. And then you can cross your legs again and sit up nice and tall in just that easy seat. Take a breath in to lift your chin, lift your face here. And then as you exhale, chin towards your chest. Now, just like you did before, roll your right ear over to your right shoulder or towards the right side. And then chin back down towards your chest. Left ear rolls over to the left. Back to center. And then we'll sit up nice and tall here. Now this time, take your arms out like a T, but your thumbs will be pointing up towards the sky. And then just ever so slightly, take the back of your hands back behind you. So you open through the chest a little more. And then as you exhale, wrap your right arm on top of the left and give yourself a hug here. So you'll grab opposite either shoulder or maybe inch your fingertips towards your shoulder blades behind you. And with your right arm on top of your left, like you're giving yourself a hug, just take a big breath in here. Can you think about lifting your elbows and again, lifting your face slightly, your chin rises. And then keep that hug here. You start to round forward. And then maybe let the weight of your head even drop. So it's almost like you're pulling a tiny little bit, a little bit of a tug on your shoulder blades to create a stretch in between them. And then you'll come back up to neutral, sitting up nice and tall. Take your arms out wide like that T, palms facing forward. Back of the hands draw back behind you. Maybe lift the chin, lift the face. And now it's the left arm. Wrap it on top of the right. You can inch your fingertips closer towards one another. And take a breath in to think about lifting your chin, lifting your face. Maybe the elbows rise a little. And then as you exhale, you curl in like you're almost rounding forward. Maybe pulling the shoulder blades like so gently. Like you almost pull them apart to find that deepening stretch as you round. And then you can all the way back up, sit up nice and tall, take a breath in, open up wide. One last time to find that reverse tabletop. So the hands can place behind you. You can place your feet down. You might stay here, not even lift the seat at all, but just lift the chest. If you want to lift the seat, you can lift it. Maybe a little rock side to side. Whatever feels good for you. Take one more big breath in. And release your feet down. I'll take your legs out in front of you. Give them a little bit of a shake. And make sure you have enough space behind you, but grab one of your blocks here if you have one. If you have two, that might be like an added bonus. If you don't have blocks, you can also use a pillow behind you. And if you place one block, place it on the lowest setting where you think your head would land. So almost like a pillow, right underneath the back of your head, if you were to lay straight back down. Now, if you have a second block, you can place it right behind your heart, right in between that space, in between your shoulder blades. But be sure that it does not go any lower than the tips of your shoulder blades here, right? And you'll want that block, that second block. It can either be on your second, I call it the second setting, right? Like on its side here. Or if you'd like, another way to do it, if you want it a little less intense of a chest opener here, you can put it flat. But rather than putting it this way, you can put it this way, right in line with the tips of the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. And you can lie back on that block and let your head drop back. If you have a pillow, you'll just line it up so it's in one of those two spaces, preferably the one underneath your chest, right? So the idea here is that we're creating a little bit of lift in the chest so we can find that expansion across the front of the shoulders, across the collarbones, sternum here. And you can take your arms either down along your sides. That will lessen the intensity of the opening. Or if you want a little more, you can open the arms wide, almost like the letter T here. And soften the elbows. Let the palms flip up towards the sky. Let's see if the weight of your hands could be just a little bit heavier here. If you notice any discomfort in your low back, sometimes it's helpful to bend your knees and plant your feet for support. Sometimes I even like to knock the knees together. And you can close your eyes here. Sometimes it takes a moment or two to really let your body just like settle in to this shape. Feel like you might hold your tension in shoulders across the chest. Spend a lot of time with the shoulder heads forward rather than back. And take rounds of breath feel fully supported and grounded. You find a sense of rest here. So your eyes closed. That feels okay. Take a big breath in. Good. Like open your mouth, let out that audible sigh. Slow exhale. Just more like that. It's about every exhale allowing you to sink a little bit deeper, feel a little bit weight of your head, face, which is a sense of being supported. You really feel a sense of grounding. Well, stay here as long as you'd like, or if you feel like you've had enough, you would like to feel more supported, more grounding here. Very, very gently, just slowly roll off to one side. If you're supremely comfortable, stay, of course. But if you'd like to roll off, you can roll to one side and just remove that block underneath the back of your chest, the back of your heart, and then either let your head rest on that one block or let the back of your head then rest on the ground. So you can choose what feels most supported for you here. Once you have arrived on the ground, if you have, and filter your feet a little bit wider apart here. And you can then let your knees, both knees, fall over to the right. A little gentle stretch for the low back. Back to center and both knees just ever so gently let them fall over to the left. And it might feel really nice just to hug your knees towards your chest. Make sure your whole spine is on the ground if you do that. A little rock right side. You can bring your feet back to the ground, knock your knees together. That's one option for a final rest. Or you could take your legs long, your arms, you can down along your sides, or you can keep your hands on your belly. Your eyes can close, stay closed. Take a big breath in with air all the way up. Slow exhale out. Do that one more time. So all the way in. Feel for more. Give yourself permission to land here just as you are. I think it's two, six, seven, eight, here. Eight, 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 four, six, seven, eight, station, softening, comfort, breath, to invite in really subtle than our first instinct is quickly. What would be possible if the planet holds the benefit of the planet for the there's a rock of the head side to side. Then to find just like a nice long body stretch, pointing your toes forward, reaching up overhead, and long here. And you can start to bend your knees, plant your feet for support for that grounding and roll to the side of your choice. Your eyes closed or heavy as you make your way back up to the gentle seat where you first began. There's no rush. You're there. Take a moment to pause. This has been a moment to reflect on the idea that you honor yourself for showing up, for creating a little bit of space in your day, to create space in your breath, a little more space in your body. And as a result, a little more space in your thoughts. That is And choose maybe like one word or some sort of intention, something that you'd like to bring in a little bit more of without needing it or grasping onto it. Maybe one particular thing that just comes to mind right away, or maybe it's just a sense of grounding, a sense of pausing, finding your breath, noticing the breath, noticing your body.